In the spirit of Aquarius season, I want to talk about dating Aquarius. Aquarius is a refined sign, I always say, and people think, oh, what do you mean? Aren't they kind of weird and kind of to themselves? And yes, they can be this way. However, they are classy. Aquarius is classy. So they might be into some very different things because they're very open-minded and they're super curious and they just look at the world a little bit differently than everybody else, and usually they're highly intelligent, and so that's another thing to keep in mind. But the one thing I would say that is the top of the list of all the Aquarians I know is they're classy people. They prefer to keep things classy. They try to keep the peace, but not in a way that Libra does. They keep the peace in a way where they will intellectualize things in a way that becomes fair and digestible for people. You know, they can be very diplomatic in that kind of way, and they just prefer things to be a little more refined, almost like what you would think if you thought about like a Virgo, right? They have that element in them. They almost have a little bit of all the different signs to me in their own sign, in their own particular way, because they have this great understanding of humanity. So to me, that's why I say that they're one of the most sophisticated signs. So you definitely want to be interesting, but also open-minded and funny. If you can't take a joke or something a little oddball, they're not going to enjoy your company. They really want someone who can be a little out there. They love humor. They like to take things a little lightly because everything to them is sort of like, okay, so what now? Let's move on. You know, they don't take those kinds of things so seriously, or personally, I should say. So taking things personally, that's not their favorite thing. They also hate to be told what to do. Like, that's never going to work. You can never control an Aquarian on any level. And they don't like when other people try to control other people, and they just don't like extreme things in general. It's not something they're a fan of. So if you're dating an Aquarius, you know, just look at yourself, and if you're the kind of person that's super opinionated and can't really take a joke, or you know, also if you're not interesting, if you're not interesting and a little bit fun in that kind of way, they're just going to kind of look at you like, okay, they won't judge you, but you're not going to be their favorite person.